Hey, this is Michael from Mind, Booty, and Soul, and I want to go right into this kind of twerking history. I want to unleash a little bit of the information of probably the first twerk song that ever appeared on TV. That would be the thong song. Now, I know you're kind of thinking like, I don't remember twerking going on there. Well, there was a move that everybody was trying to duplicate. It was around the hot dog scene, you know, that particular move.
Wait. Oh, shit.
Well, it was that move that everybody had to duplicate over and over again. And that really came into play as the night scene took place the next day. They had to actually shoot it where they had to do this move very quickly, very fast. And you can kind of see how it's going on right now. And it was because of this requirement that you saw women off screen doing these practice moves. They didn't even have a name for it, but as you can see, people responded.
Oh my gosh.
Coaching each other on how to isolate the booty muscle, showing each other on how it looks, giving each other tips, instruction. It was like a convention where everybody got together and they learned how to twerk.
And what lesson did you learn today? No, don't got it yet. Not yet. Oh, wait, it's coming.
This is when people were experimenting with the idea of moving their booty. So later on, when you had experts like Cubana had the ability to jiggle her fat just by flexing her glutes or arching her back. So when women got really good at that particular exercise, when they learned how to captivate that muscle, the word twerking was created. So the next time you hear the word twerk, remember it's the isolation of certain muscle that allows the fat to jiggle. And if you don't have no fat, then you can't twerk. Please subscribe to Mind, Booty, and Soul. Please subscribe to Mind, Booty, and Soul.
Miami. Y'all need a new beat.
Miami. Sasha is in the house, and we don't give up. And we don't give up. We don't give up.
We are so like out of control.
It's on the thong, but I'm not wearing the thong.
Do you want to wear one?
You like to see black girls' booties?
No. It's what we talk about. It's what we talk about. That's real. You want to always want to know. We always talk about is thong. You say the word thong, and you get the guy, and you get everybody's attention. And that's how the song came about. Somebody was telling me about it.
Yeah, beat them. Let's beat them with the stick like they.
Not just urban, she liked the pop, cause she was living la vida loca. She had dumps like a truck. Guys like what, baby, truck. Guys like what, all night long.
Why are you tripping?
LA.
Okay, and what else happened? And let me see how you were shaking your booty. Let me go to it. And what lesson did you learn today? No, don't got it yet. Not yet. Oh, wait, it's coming. Okay, and...
And then we was dancing, and I was doing like this,
Uh-huh.
and I poked this girl, and she fell into the dragon.
What? She fell into the dragon.
Yeah. I think we almost gotta go back.
Really?
Yeah.
So then, what happened was, have you been having fun?
Yeah.
Did you go out last night?
Okay.
No problem.
Let's go quickly. Do me a favor. Don't just give over there.
Here's the cover.
All right. You gotta go. All right, quickly.
Baltimore-based artist was one of the co-founders of Drew Hill before making his wildly successful solo debut with Unleash the Dragon. Now he's made thong a part of our daily vocabulary. Please welcome Cisco.
Man, I'm not responsible for nothing. I'm gonna be honest. Juvenile and did it from back that thing up to, it's been done over and over again. I just everybody kind of finds out how to slip into that panty hole. Don't take that the wrong way. Just the panty song or anything dealing with sex. Everybody have like a sexy song that works every year. So I just look at it like God bless me to have the one this year.
Why men are afraid to commit. Men's fascination, i.e. obsession with certain types of sex.
I think what society does, it kind of exploits that men's fascination with sex.
You see, it's all about this right here, you see? See what I'm saying? Ass is shaking, wobbling, having fun, you heard me?
What's the inspiration behind this?
Man, could you pinch me first? Man,
Was there a movie inspiration behind this video?
behind Shake It Fast, of course. The director called me and said, "Man, yo, you ever seen Eyes Wide Shut?" I said, "Nah, I never saw that." But after he told me that, I went and watched it like 6 times. And I said, "Oh yeah, if you do something with a video like this here, with the rooms and everything, it'll be hot." And that's how he came with it.
You gotta look, it attracts your attention. It's like a nice car or something like that. You just gotta look. Yeah, that's what a booty does for me. It turns my head. I gotta work out my neck every now and then, and the booty helps me work my neck out.
But when it comes to especially ethnic women, it's like we all have pretty voluptuous hips. We're not thin when it comes to the hips. So a lot of women will sit there and starve themselves or like work out till they practically die. But in reality, Marilyn Monroe was like a size 10 or 12, you know, and she is known as the most beautiful, most sexiest woman that was alive.
Embarrassing themselves.
How do you guys say, girl, you know you wrong?
Look, this is a perfect example. We humble to ourselves.
You like that ass? Is that degrading? Which ass on you you like?
See, this is what we ignore for the simple fact that he can't be a man about his and he can't come up and say, hi, I like what you look like.
You know, I'm glad this camera's on. I am a man, and I know what I like. You feel me? These women, you gotta understand, I don't knock the women for coming to the clubs with tight shit on because it's only a woman's nature, it's only a woman's nature to come out and enjoy the environment because they're not freaks, they're not hoes, they wear tight shit because women love the attention. When I turn around, I look at your ass, it's no, yes, look, it's the attention that you present.
If you come about it the wrong way, you come.
Okay, look, if I go like this, look, lovely. If you walk past me and you I look at your lovely face, and then you turn around and I look at that ass,
then I'm gonna walk right on past you.
That's your duty. Because you know what? That's what I'm gonna want you to do. Because if I wanted to get at you, I would approach you in a different way. I would. But you're just something to look at. You're a beautiful woman.
You don't want to approach that person and talk to
because you're beautiful. I don't want to just get with you because you're fine. You're beautiful. You're something to look at.
Why pay attention? Why grunt about it?
Because you're fine. Look at this. Look. Can you look? You guys is here with a camera. You feel me? Look at this. Look. I talked to her in the club. Turn around, girl. She got cake like a motherfucker.
That kind of interview. Cake. Exactly. See, he's finding out what's up here.
Look, guys.
He's trying to find out what's up here.
Now I'm cake. These women have
That's why he don't end up with a rap. That's why he don't end up with a rap with no mind. Because we having a conversation about this up here. You talking about show our bodies and our asses. It's not about that.
You want to show your bodies and your asses.
The camera's here. We're talking. We just talking.
Okay, look. You are showing your bodies and your asses, which not as a downplay. You women love attention. I grew up in a house with a mother and 4 sisters. So I
You want your sisters to all be looked at like a man tells you to turn around?
I walk down the block all the time. My sisters are fine.
Don't you like talking at your sisters? It's a way to approach people.
Yes, my sisters are fine. How do you want to be approached? How do you want to be approached?
Not like this. Prime example. How are you?
Okay, look. How do you want to be approached? How you doing, dear? Hello, my name is Dexter Manuel.
I mean, be real with it. Be real with it.
Really? You are fine. You got tight shit on. You got a dumb body and you know it. You don't got a gut. Look, your hair is cut nice. You got a fat booty. You're like every man's dream.
Oh, incredible. It's one of my favorite awards. I've been coming for so many years just to really salute good athlete talent and work things out. I love it.
Hey, man, come over here, check this out, man. Check this out.
What's that, man?
You want to see this, man? Check it out, man. No, this angle, man, right here. Trust me. What do you think of that?
I think that especially women athletes.
I got a fantasy here, Dad.
I might
sexy, so to speak, to
right after the show. Bathroom. Man.
The ass is real? You gonna go for that?
I've been eyeing that issue for so many years since it started, and I think it's awesome.
Man, but she used to run track, so I know her booty's real. Man, where is my phone, man? I need my phone right now.
Got mine. Pull this up.
I'm gonna look away, man, so you can get it right now. Get it right now.
Yeah, that's it, right there.
Man, make sure you send me a copy.
I'm gonna send you a copy right after I examine this myself.
Just look at the background. This is the girl with the bodacious body. Well, speak on it now. Don't stop now. Speak on it.
You know what? Okay, I must say, getting compliments on my body is a wonderful thing, but I'd rather get a compliment on my mind. I went to school, got a bachelor's degree for a reason, not to get a bunch of attention for my body. Yes, do I wear outfits like this and show it off? Yes, that's because I'm comfortable. That's also because they made me.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Oh, go ahead.
When a man first walk up to you, do you think he walk up to you because of what's in your brain?
No, I know that a man walks up to me because of my body, just as I walk up to a man because of the way that he looks. Simple as that. But I would also, a man, rather look me in my eyes than here. or than here. Simple as that. I'd rather him look me in the face and see that I'm cute rather than be like, oh, she got a cool ass body. What does that do?
First thing attract me to a woman would be the body. And then right there, you spark the conversation and you try to find out what's up in her head, you know what I mean? If she ain't got no head on her, body don't mean nothing. For real, you can only do so much with the body, but if you can't have a conversation after the sex, it's a waste of time. That's for real. That's on everything.
Okay, well, when they see the booty, as far as that's concerned, I mean, a lot of men gonna check out the back of you. You know what I'm saying? They love the booty. That's just as far as, I mean, tell me, guys, don't you love when a woman has a booty? I mean,
I'm gonna tell you like this. The booty is all a part of your physical attraction. A lot of guys are attracted to physically first. You know, you're not gonna see the mind first. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be attracted to a lady because of their physical qualities. I mean, once you pass all that, get to know the lady, it goes up here. You know what I'm saying? This is the ultimate thing right here. You gotta get up in here. This is when you learn about the lady, how she thinks, what she likes, what she doesn't like, and then when you fall in love with her, that's when you got her soul. Mind, booty.
So,
check it out.
That hourglass figure counts, so y'all stay in shape for us, baby.
I also want to ask you.
Think like a man. You think that was just something that, you know, Steve Harvey came up with? No. Steve Harvey was the type of person that could be on the radio that can really exploit this manner. You know, because the first time you heard about Think Like a Man was really Little Kim, when she would say that women can do the same thing as men do. And then all of a sudden people were like, hey, you know what? We got to have equal rights. We can do this just like men. Then the next thing you know, 2000 come and let me see your thong hit the waves, and then women went crazy. I mean, we went crazy. In Up in Smokes 2 or 3 months later after the song premiered, I mean, women are really showing me their thongs. Like, hey, look, hey, I got a camera, let me show your thongs. You know, the girl going wild, going crazy, let me show. I mean, the whole idea that they figured out that they can be empowered by showing me part of their skin or all of their skin was really amazing. It really showed you how intricate, how deep, how strong, how conniving the game is. I mean, come on, how in the world are you gonna get a thought that says, women, take off your clothes and you will be empowered. You are actually making yourself a better person. You're gonna get more riches. You're gonna get more abundance if you show men your thong. I mean, come on, think about that. That doesn't make sense, but that was being pushed down the airwaves. Halle Berry goes in a boom, boom, boom in the Jet magazine talking about, ooh, I felt empowered, you know? I felt like I was really doing something when I took off my clothes and got my Academy Award. Wow, and then she got rewarded with the Academy Award. And it's like, man, really? I can do that? And next thing you know, we into this empowerment era of hip hop, you know, where women are feeling like, you know what? Hey, you know what? I need to take off the little shells off, you know, the little constraints of the church and the Puritan state. You know what? I've been constrained. I've been too much control. You know, I got to get out there. I got to show who I am. I got to empower myself, and I got to strip down and show the world who I am. I mean, who was that convenient for? Was that convenient for the women, or is that convenient for the men in control, or the men that think of women only as sex object? I mean, think about it. Who really benefited from that behavior? No, I don't think women really benefited. I think men benefited. That's why it was mind control. That wasn't real. And the thong song was just the first example to show you how powerful music can be in controlling and shaping the behavior of mind. So women all over the world feel like they would have to show and empower themselves by showing us their bodies. Oh my God. Next thing you know, stripping comes into the full gear, and everything you know, it's like, oh, a strip song, a national anthem, and now we got all these kind of people praising the stripper, and everybody wants to be a stripper, and what, whoa, I can make a career out of a stripper. I mean, come on, think about the madness we are living in this world. But no, y'all don't want to wake up. Y'all just want to stick your head in the sand and think it's going to be okay. It's only getting worse. Our identity is being shaped. Women are thinking like men, looking like men, being like men, and men are being like little bitches and not even being a man. What is going on? Think about it. This is what's happening.
I seen it, you seen it, but you didn't want to think about it, you didn't want to ignore it, but this is where we're at. So what are we going to do about it? We got to think about the media and realize that they're in control. They're trying to control our minds. That's why it's called Mind, Booty, and Soul. They're trying to control our minds. But you can get out of the box. You can think for yourself. You can be yourself, but you got to go inside yourself. That's who you are. You are God. God is in here. He's not out there, and the devil's not there. Everything is in you. Think about it. Mind, booty, and get your soul back, baby. Woo, now that sounds good. I'm done.
I love the tease. I love the tease.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude. She is the
that
bomb.
turns me on.
Why does that turn you on? The best woman in the club. Best woman in the club.
I love the
All the
dances.
way.
I love the feel,
All
the
the way.
aura of other guys.
All the way.
Want me.
All the way.
Superhead is a moniker that I gave myself in a personal relationship of mine that I had with an artist, and it was a joke between us based on our love life, and it was all of those things. But unfortunately, it got out, and once it got out, it got misunderstood. You know, I'm not saying it's not true.
Superhead was a word between you two, or
just between us. It's something that I came up with between us. It was funny to us. It was meaningful to us, and but then I find that sometimes men talk more than women do, and then so it ended up being a thing of its own. And so what I did was, knowing that it was going to be, I knew that it would get out of control. I knew that with everything that I was doing, that it was going to come up. And so instead of allowing someone else to bring it up and try to bring me down with it, I decided to turn it around, be honest about it, talk about it, discuss it, and move on. Yeah. I saw that this is all that I had, and it made me cry. Because I was losing my house, my son would be homeless again, second time in his short life, and it was all my fault. It was my fault. I did it. Nobody's to blame for anything, nothing. I did it. And so I decided that it was just gonna stop with me. And I can't tell you how I knew to do this. I can't tell you what put it in my head. I can't tell you how I knew, but I knew that it was gonna stop here. And I looked through my phone book and I said, okay, of all the people that you've met, there's gotta be somebody in here that can help you do something with your life. Instead of partying with people, try calling them and utilizing them. Because they used you, they utilized you, utilize them. It's simple mathematics, actually. So I started making phone calls. And within that year, that was 2004, I had made enough phone calls to, within those 12 months, have 10 different publications publish my story. Vibe and XXL did it, I believe it was July of 2004 at the same time, which is something that had never been done before. I had, it was every magazine I could, every person I knew that wrote, every person I knew that knew somebody, I called, and I got it done. In 12 months, we had 10 publications from someone who wasn't even an artist, not a star, went nobody to nobody, just a girl. And that's how HarperCollins came to hear about me. So when they emailed me, it was because of the press that I generated on my own. I just took my future into my own hands. I think part of it was anger, and not at other people. Never at other people, just at myself. So angry with myself, I couldn't believe what I had done to myself. Because, once you're an adult, no one can do anything to you. You allow things to be done, and then you start doing things to yourself. And I was tired of it. So I made the decision, I made the phone calls, I used the people that had used me, and I got it done on my own in my apartment. And a year later, I was out of my apartment and into a big ass house. Thanks, Usher. Do you feel it is? Oh, like y'all didn't read that in the book. No, you know what? I mean, and I say that to say that I took an experience and someone who was a friend of mine for 5 years, but at some point became terribly disrespectful to me. And then I stopped keeping the secrets because, and that's kind of how I felt, like, okay, You're gonna talk to me this way? You're gonna treat me like I'm nothing because I haven't sold 50 million records? I'm just nothing to you? Okay, cool. Let's see how much nothing I am. When in the morning, I make a couple of phone calls and your business is all over the place and I got a book deal. And for me, that's how it went. It was anger and it was frustration with myself when people that I thought I knew and people that I thought cared about me as a person, just as a person, just to treat me like a human. And I couldn't even get that after a while because I wasn't the good time girl anymore. At that point, I wasn't going out and I wasn't doing it. I was just chilling. I wasn't as fun as I used to be. So all of a sudden, I'm worth nothing to you. So all of a sudden, he was worth nothing to me.
Tell us a little bit about your book. What's in your book? Why'd you write the book?
Well, the book is an autobiography about my life. And the reason why I wrote the book is that I came from a place that a lot of people come from, especially young urban kids growing up, single parent home. And I felt that when I came to Los Angeles, it was like a culture shock for me. And coming into the business for the first time, no one really tells you what it's like, what's really going to happen to you, being a woman, being a black woman. And there's so many things that I didn't know. Things my mother never told me, things that no one here is going to tell you. And I wanted to be able to tell other people that before they come in here, what it's really like and all the dangers, all the things that I did, you know, that almost killed me. I wanted to share those experiences and hopefully stop other people, you know, or to deter other people from wanting to do what I did. It's a painful place to be if you're not educated on the ways of the industry, music industry, film industry, television, fashion. It's dangerous and it's painful, you know, and you need good people, good support. And it's also, and if you can make it through that, it's also a very wonderful place to be, but you need the education. Someone has to tell you, you know, what not to do, what not to say, you know, and how to carry yourself in an industry where, especially as a woman, where men rule most of the time. And a lot of times we're in a society, and it's unfortunate we're in a society where, in our culture, where men are no longer protecting their women. They're instead hurting them and making a profit off of it. And so are the bigger corporations, the record labels and stuff like that. And so someone needs to stand up and start another revolution. We haven't had a revolution, and in my generation we haven't, where someone says, enough is enough. I wrote Confessions for me out of necessity because I had to tell someone. Everything that I wrote, I never told anyone, not even myself. And so as I sat and I wrote that book, it took me 60 days. And it was the hardest 60 days, probably of my life, harder than living those moments. Because I had to admit to myself that I had wasted my life thus far. I cried during the writing. I suffered massive panic attacks and a lot of times stalled and stopped and gave up. But I had that eviction notice on my door, and I had to go forth. When I decided to write diaries, back up, I never decided to write diaries. At that point, I was a money-making machine, and I had to do what my publisher wanted me to do. Diaries was not a book of my choosing, and honestly, not even of my liking, because I knew that at that point I had become part of the machine, and it wasn't what I wanted. But like I tell people, it's never personal, it's always business. This is a business, and this is what I got myself into, and it pays the bills and it feeds the baby, and this is what I do. So, you know, I kind of just grit and bared it. It was difficult to write that second book. I hated it. I just read it recently for audio, and as I read it, I hated it even more. It's not the book I wanted. It's not what I wanted to say. I remember when I turned the diaries in, my publisher said, "That's not enough. You gotta give us more. Put something in there. Throw in so-and-so, and what about this and that, and put that in," and I didn't want to, but then they said, "Well, if you don't, give us back the money." I realized then that I was a business.
Being somebody who was molested in the past and who I feel that women's empowerment is very important, I feel like this means everything.
I am here because I want to raise awareness for young women of all ages, and their fundamental rights, what we deserve.
From my opinion, it's bringing awareness to gender equality. Also, it's a festival. It's just empowering women.
It's to empower women that have been affected by slut shaming.
Women having the shameless ability to feel confident in everything that they do in their decisions and what they decide to wear, and building their own brand and just doing their own thing.
And I believe that it helps people, give them an avenue to be able to express their sexuality without being shamed.
You know, we've been oppressed for many, many years, and it brings down women's self-esteem.
Women's bodies have now become a sexual thing, and women can't just take their bodies and show them the way that other women can in other parts of the world.
I think the purpose is to bring true awareness to the ideology that women can express themselves in whichever way they want to with their bodies, and they can be who they want to be, and they shouldn't be judged for it. They shouldn't be called hoes or sluts in a negative manner, and we're taking that and flipping it around on them, and we're taking it into a positive light.
For example, people say all the time, right? But people say to each other to diminish the negative connotation to it. And then now we almost use it as a word of endearment to one another. Slut is just a word.
How do you think it empowers women?
Let me think. Basically, it's just letting us be who we want to be, you know.
We shouldn't be shamed for the way that we want to dress and us wanting to feel sexy. You guys don't have the right to disrespect us because you want to be sexy and let it hang out.
Fuck the double standard.
Yes.
Finally, what is empowerment to you?
Women empowerment to me is just gender equality. I don't know exactly what it says, like empowerment of a woman. I think that all women should be equal, all women should be able to be confident, all women should be able to show off everything that they work for, everything that they are, and just, be amazing.
Well, we went on a journey, a 22-year-old journey. We started with the thong song. And the importance of the thong song is that it was mind being controlled by the media. See, when I first started this project, I asked a question. And the question was, how much control does the media have over my mind, have over our mind? And by the time I got finished with the Mind, Booty, and Soul, I rearranged the entire question. The question was, do we really have free will? We may think that we have free will, but the propaganda, the power, the media, the television, it implants thoughts inside your head and you think they're your thoughts. That's how powerful the media is. And we see this with sexuality, with violence, and now we see this with our health and wellness. It's the same game plan, just being applied to different aspects of our bodies. So I hope you enjoyed that little history lesson from the thong song. Remember, let me see your thong. That was an instruction, a program. And what did the women do? The next summer, that video came out in March of 2000. By the time we were into the summer, you saw the videos. All I did was turn on my camera, and the women knew what to do and how to perform. Then we got into the Corinne Stephens, the superhead, and how she empowered herself with her books. And in between that, we saw a whole lot of the importance of the body and how the body became the identification. Like, I don't care what your mind is like. I don't care what your personality is like. All I really care about from a man's point of view is that do you have a nice body? All that other things I can supplement. I can tolerate. I can ignore the red flags because you have a wonderful body. And the opposite was also being endured, where if you had money as a man, all your flaws, all your low aspects of your personality were ignored. And that's a society that was bombarded over our heads. And then finally we ended up with the Amber Rose Slut Walk. Hey, it is what it is. It was a celebration of women empowering themselves through their sexuality. But the question is, are women empowered by showcasing and expressing their bodies? I can't answer that question for you, but I definitely answered for myself. You need to answer that question for yourself. But I will say this, our bodies are magnificent. Our minds, our subconscious, there are no limitations. The only limitations that we have are the ones that we were given when we were born and someone told us this is reality. Thanks for watching Mind, Booty, and Soul. We're going to continue this Saturday night kind of memory lane. We started off tonight with the empowering era of Mind, Booty, and Soul. And then we went slowly to the shameful era. The shameful era that included Superhead, Corinne Stephens, Janet Jackson. And we will explore that next week. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for Mind, Booty, and Soul. One. There we go.